Well, welcome back. Sam, State Controller Peter Francho has staked out a position opposing the Kirwan Commission proposal. He's against for more taxes to pay for it, and he also supports more performance accountability than the commission recommended. Will this hurt or help his campaign for governor?
I happen to think the way Mark does. I do not like unfunded mandates. I just don't like underfunded mandates going all the way back to Kirwan, that at one point in time put the state in debt, I think to the tune of $150 million. In fact, I don't know if we've ever worked our way out of it. I see more on the way. I think it's important to get as big a bang up out of the monies that you're already spent and then go from there. So I think a lot of people in the state feel this way, especially in the more conservative areas of the state. And I think it's going to help Mark. I'm sorry, help Peter.
Peter, well, he's obviously taken a different position from the other folks in the race, so we'll see how that works out. So, former Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele has been teasing the media with his own possible run. Do you think he will get in, and if so, would he have a chance?
Frankly, I don't think he would have much of a chance if he does get in, and for one very simple reason. The Michael Steele that everybody remembers in the past, who ran for RNC chair, who was Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, who was a younger, ideally conservative of the future, has kind of given, now he hasn't kind of, he's entirely given that up. He's replaced that with being one of MSNBC's pet conservatives who says, hey, look, you know what? Is there a conservative out there who's popular? Well, let me figure out how to hate that guy. So those games that he's played for so long have really destroyed his chances. And what you really also have to go back to is when he was RNC chair, he really squandered an opportunity to build a lot of success. So, hey, look, just got to give you the straight facts there.
Sam, let me ask you, who's the Democratic frontrunner these days?
I think Peter is number one on the list right now, followed by Rashid Baker, probably number two. And I think the others are going to tumble by the wayside.
Now, forgive me, but Tom Perez had picked up in the last couple weeks some fairly substantial labor endorsements. Did that put him in the opposite camp as Peter Francho?
Tom's been around a long time. He certainly has a lot of union support, and I'm sure, would be a fine candidate. But overall, I think Peter and his, performance as comptroller and his travel throughout the entire state gives him much more name recognition. People are happy to have their refunds on time and less complications within the taxation system. I think Peter really has done a lot of hard work over the past years and will have a great shot at governor. All
right. Well, we know where your heart is. Phil, how about the Republican side? We've got independent of Michael Steele, who may or may not get in the race, as we already talked about. We've got a primary as well. Where do you see that shaking out?
Well, right now, I do think that Kelly Schultz would probably win if the election were held today. She is known statewide. I know her personally. I think she's terrific, although I do wish that in the time that she was serving under Governor Hogan, that she had taken more of an opportunity to promote herself. It's just, she has a lot to offer, but really need to get that out. And I also would say, don't sleep on Dan Cox. We have a lot of fellow Trump supporters like me out there. Dan has been very fiery. He was one of the people who opposed lockdowns. He was aggressive about it. So as we get closer to a primary day, I think you might see a lot, that get a lot tighter.